Shalom and greetings to you all. It's nice to be back, and hopefully there'll be no technical challenges this week. Well, here we are, another big week, and it all begins with dear old Dad's Day. My child arrived just the other day, came into the world in the usual way, but there were planes to catch, bills to pay. He learned to walk while I was away, and he thought before I knew it, and as he grew, he said, I'm gonna be like you, Dad. No, I'm gonna be like you. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man in the moon. When you come home, Dad, don't know when we'll get together then. You know we'll have a good time then. And somehow we never did get together, at least not too often. We didn't really know Dad. He didn't really know us. How many feel their life with Dad was like that? At one time, that was the way. Dad was out working to provide, but over time we learned social connectivity of relationship was more important. Do not miss the Little League games, the graduations, the events that mark one's life. This week marks the official beginning of summer. The change of season with the summer solstice, sun standing still. Of course, it doesn't stand still, other than for Joshua at one point, but the length of days, the heat, the vibrancy of life, it's different than at other times of the year. So get out and celebrate the change of seasons, one of the great celestial clocks God has provided for us. Now, I was speaking with an old friend the other day about how quickly the year seems to be moving. Just about halfway through now. We're talking about all the celebratory events that summer tends to bring, more than other times of the year. From Father's Day to national birthdays to summer carnivals and fairs and cottage and vacation times. And we were thinking about how lucky we are to live at a time when so much could be built around time to enjoy. So make sure you enjoy your lives. Find something every day that you can celebrate. I know that this is Pride Month, but you should really be proud of yourself every month, every day. We don't always get a chance to gather with those we love. And so these public celebratory times remind us that we need to, but we all connect at different levels at different times, just as we connect as a collective consciousness of seekers showing faith, any and all faith, love, any and all love, as a community, a chavura, a fellowship, expressing our nature of kindness, compassion, thoughts, feelings, hopes, dreams, and wishes, unites us all in this community house of spirit, Beth Ruach, sharing and bringing light, keeping fear at bay. So once again, please do go ahead. Invite everybody in, physically, digitally, psychically, emotionally, or spiritually, to gather and share from Psalm 133, the Hine Matov. Come together. Hine Matov, Umanai, Shevet Achim Gam Yah. Hine Matov, Umanai, Shevet Achim Gam Yah. How good and pleasant it is for brothers and sisters together. Community. 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 Together. Let's all spread love, goodwill, and fellowship to the world. Remember, friends, this is you setting aside just a little bit of sacred time in your sacred space to honor and converse with whoever, whatever you happen to believe in. We all believe in something. It's a part of your kavanah, your intention that you put out to the universe. It's your goodwill. Goodwill and intention are the roots of what you control, of what you can correct. Your intention sets in motion everything that occurs in your lives. Let's take some time now to use that intention. Send some of that goodwill, some light, some healing out to everyone that needs it. Healing and renewal for everybody. It floats through space, finding those in need. So send it out for those you know, for the souls and spirits of everybody you love. So think of whoever that needs healing and renewal and love or just plain goodwill. Focus on them. Call their names. It's not just for people. It's for our pets. It's for the earth. It is the healing of the world. The tikkun olam that's part of our spiritual genetic makeup. We have to help heal the world. We must each do what we can to improve and change our own little corner of the universe. As we change ourselves, we change the conditions of life. And a part of that healing of the world is when we send thoughts and energy for health and renewal and goodwill for everybody. They don't have to be sick. It's for those in our hearts and our minds. Let's all send energy out for the people in need everywhere. Special thoughts and prayers for those in true medical conditions. We pray for those who need prayer. Because prayer is an effective method of communication with God, of entreating, of helping ourselves and others. We don't have to know them. We want health, recovery, good life for everybody around us. For Lorene and Candace, for Kelly and Dawn, for Ginny, Yosef, for Barry and Terry, for Lisa, Jamie, for Jen and Doria, for Gloria and Snoopy, for Fern and Johnny, and Ronnie, who turned 50 the other day, and Connie, for Tally, Danny and Nina, for all those suffering and in need, and let's not forget to include the familiars of our lives, all of our sacred animal friends everywhere, for everybody you know in need, the whole world, and always for the bee. Let's say goodbye to Bertha Boudreau Precor, a mother, a friend, Baruch Dayan Ha'amet. Friends, it is the kindness, the healing wishes, goodwill, and love we also know. It just circles the world finding those in need. So thank you, each of you, for all you do, for all you care. Because the world is a world of spirit, and spirit, my friends, never dies. Me, Shabbat, Avotenu, Makor, Limotenu. May the source of strength bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage. Make our lives a blessing. The renewal of body. The renewal of spirit. Let us say, Amen. Mishaberik, let us all have our spirits renewed. This is the great prayer for healing, which we call upon God to heal as He's healed before. Mishaberik, may He who blessed. Because all healing is a blessing. Let's all send and receive healing and renewal energy in our efforts to love, to share, to care, to grow. Now this week, we encounter one of the worst named and one of the worst explained pieces of biblical lore. This week we read shelach, which means send out. Now remember, the names were added much later than the time the Bible was written. This parsha is known as the episode of the spies. And of course, when you say spies and you think of spies, certain stereotypes come to mind, from Maxwell Smart to Mata Hari to, of course, the great James Bond. Right? Spies. Numbers 13:1, and the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, send men. Let them scout the land of Canaan that I'm giving the children of Israel. You shall send one man for each tribe of his fathers, every one of them a chieftain. Now it says send out men and let them scout. Okay? The misunderstood story of the spies is really about the lack of leadership, which condemned the people and turned an 11-day journey into a 40-year ordeal. One many haven't completed yet. The men whom Moses sends out are tribal leaders. They're not ordinary scouts, and they're not spies. The function of the mission is not espionage, but observation, to bring back a description of the land to the people. They are the leaders. They will be the ones who bring the people to the promised land. That's why their negativity when they return is so devastating. It's not just a disappointing bit of intelligence or lack thereof. It's a complete failure to lead and encourage. It begs us to examine the leaders in our lives and, of course, our own ability to lead. And there's a little line in there which has relevance but is almost throwaway and used as an excuse for the decision. Numbers 13:22. And they went up in the Negev, came to Hebron, and Ahiman, Sheshai, and Talmai. The offspring of the giants were there. Now look how easily these people talked of giants. It wasn't a fantastical thing. They were real. It takes us back to Genesis 6, near the end of the old cosmic Bible, where we first met the giants. And if you want to know more about them, go and read the book of Enoch. It is fascinating. You'll see the beginning of the Noah story unfold in a very different way. And we would all know it so much better if it was actually included as a part of the regular canon of the Bible, but it wasn't. Now, we have encountered giants throughout history, not just biblical, But the entire Greek and Roman classical age was filled with them. And perhaps the last biblical giant that everybody's familiar with and that was written about was Goliath, who David slayed, a direct descendant of the Nephilim that we're talking about, who played a crucial role, but are not talked about much. The Bible got off the track of the cosmic creation, right, in Genesis 6, and this was a very brief return. But we've worked hard to minimize its impact and discussion, so we don't talk about it very much. But what is a giant? How do we measure giants? Now, we tend to equate greatness with being a giant. It's no longer the same. To them, a giant was a giant. To us, we talk of those who are giants in the field. Right? Now, that's a different type of giant from what the Bible is talking about. The giants in the Bible were the fierce fee-fi-fo-fum Jack and the Beanstalk giants, the ones to be afraid of. And that was used here as it is used now. Fear. Control through fear. Fear is your greatest enemy, my friends. So the scouts return. These 12 chieftains of the 12 tribes. They return after a 40-day biblical time frame with huge, incredible food. But they're full of fear. They cannot enter the land. They cannot fight. They cannot win. They still hold the slave mentality from Mitzrayim, Egypt, confinement. But the constraint is in our minds. Numbers 13:27. They told them and said, "We came to the land where you sent us, and also it's flowing with milk and honey. This is its fruit." And it took 2 people to carry like a thing of grapes. Nonetheless, the people who live in the land are strong. The cities are fortified, very big. And also, we saw the offspring of the giants there. And the men who went up with them said, "We won't be able to go up against the people. They're stronger than we are." Fear, the insidious thief of life. It terrifies you and is the result of projection. What if? Faced with this, the forgiving God who didn't so quickly forgive, God knew these people were not going to change. And hence he took this episode and condemned the people's 11-day journey to go 40 years until all those who had been a part of it and who had been counted had died. They were too immersed in fear. They were never going to become free in their minds. It is the great curse of man. And we ignore the holy day set aside every year to remind you that you can be free. Passover was all about freedom from fear. And we don't celebrate it the same way. 700 million. Are you listening? Most of what you read is made of lies. Speaking one-to-one, ain't it everybody's son? Wait till in the morning when we rise. It's everybody's. Come and sing the simple song of freedom. Sing it like you've never sung before. Let it fill the air. Tell the people everywhere. We the people here don't want freedom. Yes, my friends, the world is sacred. So is everything in it. Special gratitude, light a candle, make a wish. Celebrate your life and the lives of those you love. Share your feelings with them. Live free, be free. Honor your freedom. Be well, be happy, be blessed. Share and honor the light and all who live in the light and continue to shine. Continue to send everybody you know goodwill and love. Pray for peace and freedom for everyone. An end to terror and hatred. Remember, we're a community. We learn together. We celebrate each other. We love each other. We share this ride together, men and women equally. Let's send out love, not fear. Send out peace, harmony, goodwill, and healing to all who need it. Please do learn to forgive. Learn to love, including yourself. Open your hearts onto the relationships of your life. Tell those you love that you love them. Take advantage of the time you have and enjoy the journey. Because we take the twists and turns and the patterns that weave through the fabric of our lives, our efforts to grow, to learn, to be, to love. So please do love. Bless you all. Have a fantastic week. A week of love and light, a week of peace, a week of miracles. Examine your intentions. Use them to imprint your will on the universe because we set in motion all that happens in our lives. It's our intention, our kavanah, our cause, our effect, everything's linked. You always have time to forgive and be forgiven. You have the knowledge of what's good and bad, so acknowledge what you've done wrong to yourself, to God, and to any person you've wronged. Ask forgiveness. Do so with sincerity, accountability, vulnerability. Forgive those who've hurt you as you learn to be forgiving and compassionate. Because the secret of forgiveness, compassion, and peace, my friends, is in acceptance. Can you accept yourself, other people in the world as they are? Can you accept life as it is without trying to control it? If you do, you can experience the peace that acceptance brings. So do not stop your journey. Do not stop moving towards your promised land. It is your home. Keep on dreaming. Keep on being. Keep sharing. Keep shining. Keep teaching. Keep spreading joy and goodwill. Do not follow fear. Follow love, because it's always in front of you. And remember to have faith, just as I have faith. The principle of love and of all of you. Act with purity of heart and mind. Despise none, defraud none, hate none, cherish all. Honor every child of God, every creature of the earth. May all people know peace this year. May you nurture kindness and love everywhere you go. Work to be present in the body. Expand your heart, quiet your mind, because the deepest source of real power lies in consciousness and your ability to be mindful, to be aware, to be present in all of life's circumstances. Make the most of your time in life. Continue to touch and transform lives around you. You're never alone. You're forever blessed, and you have the ability to bring blessings to everybody you meet. Health, love, and renewal to everybody you come across. We're all energy. Energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transformed. Your words are your power to transform, to love, to bless. So be generous with them. Bless others. And bless yourself. Love with the heart, because we're all part of a greater whole. Embrace love, not fear. Forgiveness, not anger. And be there for someone, because someone will always be there for you whether you know it or not. Continue to explore faith and belief. Never accept shame as a natural state, because whatever you feel, others have felt. Whatever you've experienced, others have too. We share together. We learn together, and we help each other, because we're each of us trying to find love and acceptance and support. We all have or could have that special someone in our lives, so find them. Tell them what they mean. Keep forgiving those you need to forgive, and keep asking forgiveness from those you need to ask forgiveness of. And listen to the voice of God as he, she, it, whatever pronoun you want to give, talks to you. And think before you speak, because your words will empower and free you, but your words will also get you in a lot of trouble. Now enjoy this journey. We are the wilderness generation. We're the ones who will forge a nation with a return to a code of ethical laws, understanding the interconnectedness of all. We get it. The reality is that we are forever blessed. If I told you what it takes to reach the highest high, you'd laugh and say nothing's that simple. You've been there before. Messiah's pointed to the door, and no one had the guts to leave the temple. I'm free. I'm free. And freedom tastes of reality. Now you are free, my friends. Enjoy it. Keep it. Live it. Thank you for joining me. Celebrate your freedom and love, and let the world know that you walk in faith and trust in yourself. Shabbat shalom and blessings to you all. Have a great day.